Before we get into the video, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. I mean, come on, what are you doing if you're not subbed to me by now? My content is fire, from stop motions, news videos, reviews, music occasionally. All my social media accounts are linked down below, and now, let's get straight to it. What is up, you beautiful soul? Thank you for clicking on this video. I'm doing one of the videos where I'm sure some of you guys remember where no lights are on, no special editing effects. It's just me and the camera with you guys talking. I got a little topic for this video. I always have like one center topic when I do these kinds of unedited, just me talking type videos, like I'm FaceTiming you guys. I kind of got a name for these types of videos I'm gonna be doing more often, where I'm just talking my thoughts to the camera. I mean, I always do that, but it's going to be like a bit more raw and unedited, like you guys see here, and like you've seen with a few other past videos that I've done recently. I've kind of got a working title for the name of these kind of videos, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna reveal it right now. But anyway, the topic of today's video is the Cybertron toy line. As you can tell by the title, are they really the definitive versions of Transformers figures where you get the play features, the playability factors, the gimmicks and stuff like that, but you also get good engineering in terms of articulation and transformation for toy photography, stop motions, and stuff like that? I have a bunch of Cybertron toys. I got Leo Breaker on hand, and I have them with the recently released Legacy Override figure. And I gotta say, I kind of agree with that statement. I've seen a lot of people over the years in the Transformers fandom say that about the Cybertron toy line. I've heard people say that about the animated toy line as well, but that's a topic for another one of these types of videos for another day. So, in terms of the build quality of these Cybertron figures, they're obviously, especially when you're talking about Voyagers, what was this size class called, where it was like Voyager class, but they had electronics with them? Was it Ultra class? I can't even remember. It's such a long time ago. Yeah, Ultra class right here, which is what Leo Breaker is, if I remember things correctly. They're a lot more heavier and sturdier. They mostly have all ratchet joints, unless if it's like a deluxe class or a scout class. And you compare it next to, oh, by the way, this was like, I want to say Ultra Class was about $25 to $30 at the time when they were doing these types of Ultra Class figures, which I think ended in like 2009, 2010 Ultra Class, and they have yet to bring it back, I think. So, they were roughly around $25 to $30 for an Ultra Class figure. That's what I'm thinking. Don't quote me on that. I'm sure you could maybe look it up on TF Wiki. I obviously didn't do it before I started this video, but like just in terms of the build quality and everything, and Override is a Voyager class, which runs about $35 these days, and she has no ratchet joints. No extra play features, I guess you could say, except for the removable gun right here, which is still pretty cool. She does have a bit more of articulation added to her, but not really a lot compared to Leo Breaker. I mean, thigh swivel, ankle pivot, and what's another? Does Leo? No, and waist swivel. Those three extra added joints, and that's about it on Override. But then the build quality is so much better on Leo Breaker. Like, and that's not even the only comparison I can make. Like, in terms of even Commander class next to a Leader class, which today's Commander classes are basically old school Leader class figures. I'm looking in my display case here. Cybertron Leader Optimus Prime, the camera around. I got him right there. And Armada Optimus, I don't have him in my room right now. He's in my living room because I was just messing around with him like 2 hours before I started this video. if you compare those two, right? A $90 to $100 figure factoring in, well, it's definitely $100 when you factor in taxes, no matter where you're ordering from. So, $100 figure next to a $40 figure from 18 years ago, 2005. Sure, in Super Mode, Armada Optimus is a tad bit taller. If you guys remember in my comparison in my stop motion review for Armada Optimus, which, by the way, if you haven't already seen that, check it out. And, what was I saying? Yeah, Armada Optimus is a little bit taller than Cybertron Optimus, sure, but that's only in Super Mode. In regular mode, Cybertron Optimus is taller and bigger than Armada Optimus Legacy in Core Robot mode. The vehicle modes are bigger, or the vehicle mode is bigger for Cybertron Optimus. There's a lot more ratchets in him. Most of the joints on Armada Optimus is just friction joints, or joints that are pinned in, and the only ratchets he has is like 3 or 4 joints, if I remember that correctly. Cybertron Optimus is riddled with ratchet joints. It's like it's one of those classic mid-2000s Transformers figures, and it's so sturdy and durable even till this day. It's not like my Cybertron Optimus has been played around with by little kids for almost 2 decades, but still though, I've transformed him multiple times, a couple stop motions, I think, some photography with him. I did a stop motion review on him last year, which I think I deleted. Let me know if you guys want to see a stop motion review on that bad boy, Cybertron Optimus Prime. I'll probably do one at some point. He even has hand articulation, too. He's got the mouth plate feature. He's got the electronics, which, by the way, I don't really care about electronics. I'm not one of those, like, gimmicky, kitty-type toy collectors. Obviously, y'all know me. I do stop motions, toy photography. This is my business. So, I'm not into all that gimmick stuff where you can't move the figure and it's just a bunch of riddled bricks with gimmicks and... y'all know me, I'm not really into Armada and the original G1 figures from back then, so, but yeah, and Evac and Crumple Zone have white plastic on them, and guess what? No yellowing. Almost 20 years out of box, no yellowing, and I have them in front of a window. I have my shelf, which you guys see in most of my videos when I have the camera on my face, directly in front of sunlight, and no yellowing. But you compare that with a newer figure from, say, Siege, Earthrise, Kingdom, or Legacy. Jixus, he's got yellowing in certain areas. Who else? There's so many of them. Kingdom Grimlock, yellowing in certain areas. Studio Series 86 Jazz, Tigatron. There's quite a few of them. Even freaking, to deter off topic a little bit here, even freaking Robots in Disguise 2001 Magnus and Optimus don't even have that much of yellowing compared to, say, Kingdom Grimlock right there. Look at that dude. And I love that figure. I love Beast Wars Grimlock. But back to Cybertron and comparing it to newer releases. Like, the articulation, sure, it's missing a few joints on certain figures. There's a lot of figures from the Cybertron toy line that are pretty well articulated with quite a bit of articulation to it. I'd say Cybertron is one of those. What's another one? Let me look in here. I'd say Jack is another one, even though he's laying down on my display case. Crosswise is a pretty good articulated figure. What's another one? Optimus isn't too bad either, but he's a little limited due to his design and the bulkiness of him in certain areas. But everyone here... Oh, Soundwave, I got him all the way back there. Soundwave, Mudflap, they're pretty well articulated. I mean, no Cybertron figure is a brick to me, except for a couple Scout class figures like Backstop and lug nuts to a certain degree, but that's only because he has no head swivel, and that really annoys me. But I still do want a lug nuts because I love that character, how hippie he is. But I gotta say, I agree with people who say that the Cybertron toy line is a perfect mix of gimmick and play features with good engineering for transformation and articulation. By the way, if you've heard for the past 10 minutes that this video has been going on, I'm just now saying this, but my neighbors are having like a party with all their toddlers and kids, so if you hear like kids screaming and adults going, yay, that's why. So yeah, that's pretty much the topic of that video. Of this video, not that video. I'd say I have to agree, and there's a couple points to back that up for me personally. I know a lot of people are probably gonna disagree, but I gotta say it. When I'm comparing these Cybertron figures to these newer generations figures, it's a bit of night and day in terms of plastic quality and build quality. And the articulation isn't even too far off either, and transformation. So, I gotta say I agree with those people that say that about the Cybertron toy line. It's still one of my favorite toy lines, cartoons, eras of all time. Y'all know me. I love my 90s, 2000s Transformers from G2 all the way to the early 2010s. That's my favorite era of Transformers. But anyway, guys, let me know down in the comments below, do you agree with that statement of the Cybertron toy line being the best example of gimmicks and playability mixed with good engineered articulation and transformations? Let me know down below, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye!